Rochelle, I think that's how you pronounce your name, has requested for a lemon bar. If you're curious if something can be baked in the rice cooker, make sure you put it in the comment below. Part of this lemon bar has been really challenging for me, and I'll show you that later on. But for now, let's start with the crust. Just put all your dough ingredient into a bowl and then mix it together. And don't overmix it, your dough should be a little bit wet. I'm putting a little bit of coconut oil on the bottom of my pot just to help the parchment paper to stick onto the bottom. And I'm using a long piece of parchment paper so that it will be easier to remove our lemon bars later. Then use your hand and just flatten the dough to the bottom as much as possible, making sure the edges are sealed onto your pot. And we're going to pre-bake this for 1 cycle. And just so you know, I do have the full written recipe and instruction in the description below, so make sure you expand that section to get more information. While the crust is baking, let's make our filling custard. Adding the cream of tartar will just add that little bit of tartness. Put almost all of your filling custard ingredient into a bowl except for the butter, and then just whisk it up until it's smooth. And this next step is the challenging one. We want the custard to be a little bit more thick, and to do this, we're going to cook it. This cooking part does get a little tricky because you might overcook it. The minute the custard starts to thicken just a bit, remove it from heat immediately. So try not to overcook it, like I did right here. As you can see, I removed mine, but it still continued to thicken. And this is way too thick. So we do need to thin it out a little bit more. I'm going to add another tablespoon of lemon juice because I still have some left. And it's still way too thick, so I'm going to add additional tablespoons of water until I get the right consistency. And this is the consistency I want right here. The batter will kind of fall into an even level. And by this time it should be over 30 minutes, so our crust should be done for 1 bake cycle. And you don't even need to cool it. So pour in your custard filling. And then just shake it a little bit to evenly distribute all the custard around. And let's start our first bake. Keep in mind one bake cycle is 5 to 10 minutes in cook status and 20 to 25 minutes in warm status. This is after just one bake. The sides are set. In the middle, it's still a little bit wet. I might regret this, but I'm going to do one more bake. As you can see, it is set. Just let this cool for about 30 minutes or so. So it did not look as pretty as it should be. And if you did make any of my recipe, I would love to see them. So connect with me in any of these social media and directly send me your pictures or videos. You can find my contact information at the bottom of the description box. And it would really help me out if you click that thumbs up below if you like this recipe. If you're new to my channel, I upload new recipes every Saturday. And don't miss future recipe by subscribing to my channel and turning on that notification bell. You'll definitely enjoy this, so make it for your family and have a great day. Happy baking in your rice cooker. This tastes wonderful. This lemon bar is at a sweetness level of 2. The reason we need to thicken the batter first is because there's just too much liquid in our custard. Every single time, the running custard would get underneath the crust and underneath the parchment paper, and then it would boil and push the crust up. And so I would only get half lemon bars and half all crust. However, even though all these failed attempts didn't look pretty, they all tasted great.